All right, hello class. So earlier today, I recorded class online because the Zoom wasn't working, and we finished up the crossbow. And then since that, I just did a little bit of extra stuff. I ripped the edges of the. I put this looks like a piece of paper behind it. It was this. Oh, I got this on top of it too. It was this, and I made this in class. I showed you how I made it, and then what I did was I went back and I made this. I put made it look like it was folded down the middle before, and then I put this behind it to darken so you can really see the ripped edges. Actually, I could just fill that whole thing. There. Actually, it's too dark. I liked it. I think I'll fill it with this instead. There. It looks ripped, but it's not distracting. Okay, so back to business. Make it a little bit darker. Just a little bit. There you go. Perfect. All right. So anyway, that way it looks good. It's not too dark. So anyway, so I made it look like it was ripped on the edges. So if you want to do that to something, it's a neat little thing I did. All I did was just take an eraser and just kind of. Actually, I took this tool, the lasso tool, and cut it up, and then I went back in with the eraser a little bit more to fray it, just a little bit more. So anyway, so it makes a nice presentation. Oh, and I took the sketch, and I changed. I went up here to. I did this off camera, so that's why it's not on the. I don't think this was on the recording, so I just went up here to hue and saturation and changed from black into this kind of sepia to go along with this. All right, so and I also put these on here. I didn't finish in class. I cleaned up this too. All I did was just make a selection like this, and then I threw a gradient on it, and I copied it, put it over here, and erased it where it wasn't there, and put a piece of it here, erased it, copied it, put it over here, and erased it where it was there. So it makes it look like it's a little more three-dimensional like the rest of it. So that was to show the piece that's down here. I'm close up. That's the slider that cocks the bow, and it revolves. It causes this to revolve as well, and then on these pins, and it puts a new arrow ready to go out the track here. Anyway, so this was the crossbow I made, and we did this in class the last 2 days. Alright, so then I went back to our character. What was this? Oh, this is the sketches for the crossbow. I don't need those anymore. So, no, just leave it alone. Anyway, so this was our main character. So what I did here was, if you remember, I had it like that, and I had the heads there next to it. This is the way it was sitting for a long time. Actually, just so. And I also put I brought that sepia file over. This is actually the way it was sitting, and then I brought the sepia file over. Actually, I did this first. I went ahead and sketched out an outfit for him. I combined it out of elements I liked on all these. Made him an outfit. It's just a sketch. I'll clean it up in a little bit. And that's what I didn't want to go any farther without videoing it, so you guys could see me working. Because I figure, what was the point of me working on this if you can't see me working on it? So I'm going to record it. Even though I was enjoying watching a movie while I was working on it. But that's okay. I put this behind it, which actually made it look even cooler. It actually put a skin tone in here, which I haven't even got to yet. I was going to do the painting. So this is exactly what I was going to do. I was going to paint his face. Alright, so I'm going to clean this drawing up. I'm going to paint his face. So I think I'm going to paint him first. I'll do the figure painting first, the face painting, the skin painting. Then I'll get to the other part. So, to do that, and I'll come back and I'll clean this all up too. But I think it's pretty good. I like so far where it's going. So I think it works. It's funny that I gave him this long rifle and then I made a crossbow for him. But if he's the road warrior guys, he's probably got tons of weapons. So Um, let's open a brand new one, a new file, and right here, create. Okay, I don't want that sepia tone in there yet. So I'm gonna create this file, and I'm gonna start with the this time I'm gonna fill it with white, because I'm gonna paint. I do like the gray, but I've done the drawing already, so I don't need. I don't want the gray effect. I don't want the color being affected by the underpainting yet. So I'm just gonna leave it on white, and I'm gonna make another layer I'm actually gonna paint on. So now, and I'm gonna use this face right here. I don't know which one that is. Oh, these are all the outfits I put on them. See, put all the inventing outfits. Heads. Here it is. All right, so one of these, and we went with this one. So all the different hairdos, I went with this one. I mean, he could literally wear his hair any direction. He could have it like this. It could be pulled back right now. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's in a ponytail pulled back. So maybe it is that one now. But for right now, we're just going to go with this one. All right. So it's less hair I got to paint. All right, so we're going over here. Edit. Paste. It's not clean. I'm going to have to clean this up some. But it's the sketch. I just needed the sketch. Okay, so now I'm about to paint. So this is going to be, I'm not going to speed this up. You know my videos, I don't speed them up. I just real time. And I can't stand sped up videos. Because to me, how are you supposed to learn if it's so fast you can't see what I'm doing? So I'm not going to speed it up. And in fact, I'm probably going to just keep talking the whole time. So, you might as well get comfortable. And if you want to watch me work and you want to work at the same time, or listen to music, I mean, not listen to music, you gotta listen to me. If you want to work while you're watching me or listening to me, either way, that's fine. Don't listen to music because then you can't hear what I'm talking about. And I'm going to be explaining a couple things. So, I'm going to teach you some techniques. At least one really, really cool technique for making skin tone that I learned. And that's pretty much the way I work now after I learned it. I learned it from a guy named, I think it's Tom Hardy, I think his name is. That's an actor. What is his name? Hardy is his first name. Anyway, and he has a digital painting. What is that thing called? I'll get you the link to it. But anyway, and he has a lot of classes on YouTube as well. Let's see here. Let's see here. Do I see any of his tutorials popping up? Usually when you're looking for something is when you can't find it. When you don't want to find that thing, you find a ton of it. There's like videos left and right. I'm only going to give this a minute looking for it, and then I'll just send it to you later. You can see what kind of videos all my videos are about weird stuff. Yeah, like I said, usually I can find a ton of these guys' videos. Now I need one. No, I can't find it. I'll know it as soon as I see one. Come on, man. I want to find something. I can't find it. I can't think what the name of it is. It's weird. It was on the tip of my tongue, but now I don't know what the name of it is. It's digital painting something. Let's try that. Seems like it was. Hardy, there he is. Hardy Fowler. Okay. Bam. Alright, here it is. Digital Painting Studio. Okay, so this guy, I suggest you check it out. I bought all of his courses. I think I have a lifetime subscription to his channel now. So good. He's such a good artist. And he's where I learned this painting technique from that I'm going to show you. So, anyway, so that's that guy. Okay, cool. Wanted to share that with you. Look up Hardy Fowler, and I'll try to put a link into something. But anyway, let's get on to what I was doing. So, all right, so let's get going here. I'll clean this up. All right. Okay. Like I said, I'm not going to high speed this or anything. Probably should, but I'm not. All right, I'm going to take it and lower the opacity. As I'm going to draw over top of this. All right. Just going to go black and white. Gonna get a nice pencil that I want to draw with. I think I just use a round tip, to be honest with you. I don't get too fancy, but I have all these brushes. I always feel like I should use them for something. Mechanical pencil, this will work. Soft mechanical pencil, this is fine. And it already has presets set on it. So that'll work. Alright. So, first thing I do is I already laid it out. It's the sketch was already laid out to the correct scale. So I'm probably just gonna I wanted to make his hair a little taller than I had it in the sketch anyway. Alright, so I'm probably just gonna start kind of just going with what I have here. If I want to make some corrections, I will. I don't really want to have to redraw too much of this, so I don't know why, but all my Rogues Gallery wear earrings. I don't know. It's like a little bit of rebellion there, I guess. Ah, I wear earrings too, so maybe that's why. Now I've already done I already did the groundwork with all the underdrawing and everything, all the figuring out to get to look right. So this is just literally kind of cleanup work here. And then we're gonna, to be honest with you, I'm a better painter than I am a drawer, so I know you're like, what? That sounds weird, but I'm just better at painting. So even this drawing is going to get painted over top of. You're not going to see it. I just need the lines in here to know what's going on. He didn't have any real... There's muscles that come down right here on the sides of the ear. So I'm figuring this guy's pretty lean from living out on the wastes, and he's probably pretty good shape from survival. So this will be a kind of a raised nose over the nose part. This is where the metal holds the goggles together. You won't really see it on both sides, but maybe just a little bit on this side. Just get an extra earring up here. I don't know. Why not? incredibly perfect jaw dudes. Why not? You put a little bit of some type of to adjust the lens here. I don't know, for viewing. I didn't really put a scar on him before, but I put a scar on him. You know what? I liked his nose better before I just drew that line. I feel like his nose is kind of crooked though. I might adjust it a little bit. I don't know if this is a good or bad idea, but we're going to do it anyway. Just a little bit. Okay. That's good. Oops. Wrong tool. I'm going to paint all this in, so I'm just kind of just dueling in the facial hair here. He keeps his beard relatively short, just kind of a little bit of a... I think on the thing he had a leather jacket, but I don't know how much I should draw that yet, because I guess it won't really matter. I can match it up later, but I got a scarf on him too. I did. Yeah, alright, did. Like a lanyard thing. Not a lanyard, but I don't know what you call it. A scarf. I guess it's a scarf. Okay. Probably some straps or something here. I don't know. This is good enough for the painting. Alright, so I would love to be able to give you a magic word or something to tell you how to draw. However, there is no secret other than practice. You just got to do it. The more you do it, the better you get at it. That's all there is to it. I'm a little out of practice myself, so. Alright, so let's take this out. For the most part, it's there enough. We can put in a little bit of the... We need this kind of... Oops, on the wrong layer. It's kind of a... There's kind of a muscle there around the edge of your mouth. see what I'm missing here. Ah, that's not missing. There's something I knew I was missing top of his eye. Probably missing a little bag under the eye too. Ah, missing the other half of his mustache. That's kind of... because the gray fills in a lot of detail for you, so I gotta remember to put it in. And you know what? I know. Technically, he's a dude out there without a razor. So if he had a hairy neck, it would be understandable. But for our dude, he doesn't have a hairy neck. What else do we need? Okay. Bottom of the goggles. See? You can't see these things until you're... I think that'll work. Up, bottom of the ear. This lobe. I think that works. I think he's all there. What am I missing? Top of his eye. Like I said, I'm going to paint this, which will fix a lot of the things that if I'm missing something, when I paint, it'll fix it, but I think that works. Oh, no. I'm missing this whole bunch of his ear. And this was supposed to be like a scar. I think the scarf thing was going across here anyway. Yep, he looks like a dude that's been living outside for a while. All right. Yeah, I know. I promised you I'd get around to doing this. I apologize for taking so long to get it done. I just got busy with other projects. Alright, so there's that. And you can see how the shading... I don't make it too long eyelashes because it comes a bit feminine, but in real life, that's a little bit too much eyelash, isn't it? Anyway, real life gets in the way sometimes. It is real life me getting this done. I mean, if it was my job, I'd have to have it done, but it is my job. What am I saying? Okay, if I was on a studio deadline, I'll have this done in a day. Okay, we're good. All right, so let's get in. This is my clean copy. Always better to have a duplicated layer, just in case. I'm going to paint under this line layer. So it's going to keep the line layer on top for painting, and then I can fix it later. Alright, so his eyes look a little screwy right now, but I'll fix those when I paint it. Alright, so the next step we're going to do, we've got the line layer in there. The underline layer, we're just keep it close. We don't want to look at it right now. So what we're going to do next, I feel like I'm going to move him up just a little bit. I feel like there's a lot of space above his head for no good reason. Sure. Let's not move up both. Because the way to link these things, isn't there? Yeah. I should be able to move the whole group. Oh, of course I can't. Why would I be able to? Oh, layer 5 is... Layer 4 was one supposed to be in the group. Yeah. Maybe that's why. Oh, there you go. That was it. I had the blank painting layer. Alright, now I can ungroup these things. There. Okay. I just wanted to move him up. That was all that was about. Okay. Now this layer, we're going to call this layer the line layer. And we're going to lock it so we don't paint on it. This will be the paint layer. Okay. Alright, and lock. Oops. Lock. All these things will be locked up so we don't do anything. We're just going to work with this paint layer. These two are closed. We can't do anything with those if we wanted to. Okay. Alright. Now, over here, here's the magic. The magic I was referring to earlier. We're going to go for a blue-green. More green than blue. Kind of this weird color right in here. Yep. Then I know there's a trick. I know there's a trick to this, but I never get it right. So I'm gonna go old school. I'm gonna go ahead and I actually don't even need to do his hair. What am I doing? I don't need his hair. I just need his skin. Including his ears. I have to do his facial hair because it's... I just need his skin. Anyway, I know there's a way to copy this to do this trick without doing what I'm doing. But I never get it to work right, ever. It's okay, went over a little bit. It's not a big deal. Now, I need to take a couple things out of here. Take out the eyes. Alright. Now, I don't want the eyes made. The lips... I'm okay with the lips. I can leave the lips the way they are. I'm going to take out the earring, though, because that's not... Cool. Alright, so just the skin. The hair's that beard hair in there, and that's fine because it's short anyway. Took the eyes. Eyes are not included in this. Alright, so now I'm going to basically edit, fill with the foreground color. Oops. Bam. I know, it's like a weird Hulk dude. I think I'm going to vary it just slightly. It's a little greener than I want it to be. It's hard to see it till I get it right. I know the color when I get it, so. There you go. It's that. Okay, perfect. All right. Now, this will be the base color, okay? This is going to be all the shadow is going to be this color, all right? Now what I do is I go in with a orange-red. Orangey red up here. And I'm going to paint in all the highlights. Okay. So I'm thinking that I'm going to make a layer above this just for the demonstration. The light's going to, I'm to remember where the light's coming from. A nice big fat brush. Why am I not drawing on this layer? Oh. Hold on. Select. Save selection. Skin. I got the selection saved. Alright. The light's coming in from over here. So wherever I color him, I gotta remember that's where the light's coming from. Alright, so the light will be hitting him from that side. So where's the light gonna hit at? Well, the light's gonna obviously hit the most important spots that stick out, right? Top of his ear. Not the inside of his ear, not everything anyway, in parts, but not all of it. Okay. It's going to hit a lot of this. It's going to hit the nose, especially right here. The more you put this red, the more light's hitting it. And then there's this weird spot that no matter what side you put it on, I don't know. This is another thing I learned from Hardy. Put that light spot in. Hit that light spot right there. Some light will hit this cheekbone, top of the lip, the one edge of this. I think anything that sticks out is going to get hit by light. The brightest spot will be the nose. And then right here. If it's coming from this direction anyway. Don't worry about it being messy. It'll... A little bit of light will still hit the other side over here too. Just a little bit though, not much. Okay. And then you got this crest in the shadow here, so where there would be light up here, all the way up, this thing's going to cause a shadow, so it's not going to hit. There's a muscle right here above your eye. It's going to stick out enough to catch light. Okay. There's a little bit of light going to be in his chin over here. His neck is going to be hit by light. Okay. His Adam's apple, a little bit. But you got to remember the shadow under here from his neck. So, and this jacket's going to block some of it. It's going to hit a little bit here. All right. This is not enough yet. We're going to keep working, but I'm just talking as I go. Okay. Now, this here, I know it's not going to be hit by the light because it's on the other side of his head. However, we'll still light it up a little bit. Now, I'm going to come in here and I'm going to basically blend all this in. Because, oh, I forgot his eye. This eye sticks out over here, so it'll be getting hit by light again. Okay, and the side of his nose, the whole side of his nose would be lit. Okay. Okay. The brightest spots are like a couple real bright spots. They're gonna hit. Okay. Key bright spots. All right. Okay, just remember when you're doing your own, just think about where the light's gonna hit it. Okay, that's all you need to worry about. Where the light's hitting it. Okay. So what you gotta remember is eventually the light's hitting majority of his face. So there will be a degree of light just about everywhere. There won't be any total shadows. The darkest spot will be in here. And then there's a spot in here that's pretty dark. And then obviously there. It's a light. This is just a little bit of light over there. Okay. Reflected light, whatever. Ambient light. Have you ever seen anybody in the daylight and in the darkness? No. So just think of it that way. There will be some darks. I mean, very dark darks. Okay. All right. Just blending this all together. Yeah. Making sure it's on the same layer. You can do it on separate layers and then blend it if you want later. But it's all going... I suggest just put in the same layer. It doesn't matter. Because I like to mix it as I go. I like to mix it as I go. Just the color combination alone is actually kind of cool. Okay. You're like, but I don't want a red and green alien guy. Well, don't worry about it. We're getting there. It's only going to be red and green for a little while. There's a part to your lip sticks out right above there. All right. Alright. Okay. Alright. Oops. A couple more things. That's gonna be really... That's a really bright... The light hits hard right there on the ear. I know it sounds weird, but it does. Alright. Alright, so... Okay. All right. So you're like, now you're ready to show me what to do with this? Yes. I think that was a good hit right there of light, I think. Catching a little bit of his neck. All right. I know there's a shadow here, but just a little bit. Okay. That's good. Save as. Oh, I never saved this. Oops. Bad teacher. Road. Or. Paint head. Alright. Okay. The next thing we do, we go over here to image adjustments, hue and saturation. We can colorize it, I guess, if you want. Already we got a skin color there. See that? Not quite what I wanted, but it's not. Adjust it. I'm gonna go green, but now Hardy likes to go way up here into this when he paints it. He's like way up here. I think that these people are getting on the sun a lot, so I'm gonna put him right around here. And if it's African American, it's easy to get the darker skin colors this way. I'm gonna go right in. I don't want to go here because they're in the sun a lot. They're living in the desert or wastes or whatever. So I'm gonna go right here. Okay, now, pretty cool, huh? That is a cool trick. You're like, heck yeah, that's cool. It is cool. All right, so not done. We're not done. We are not even close. All right, so now I'm going to grab the darkest area here, which is, I guess, it's under here. And then I'm going to go a little bit darker. I'm going to go crazy dark yet. All right, and then once again, I'm going to get the lightest, just a little bit lighter. All right, start with the darks and do the lights. Okay, so now I'm going to bring up those darks a little bit. So when we're done, we want to be able to turn this off. Oops, not that. I want to be able to turn this off. See that? You can almost see it, right? I want to be able to turn that off and not even have to have it on to see the face of the face. Just want paint. It's a little bit darker. We haven't even done the hair yet, so. We will use black at some point, but you hold off till you absolutely have to. You go dark as you can. And I'm going to do the lips another color. I'm just throwing a darker in there. Anyway, you want to hold off on the black to the white, and the black are like the last colors you put in. Okay. And keep building these darks up. If you have to, you can go back in and fix things too, so you can go back in and bring stuff lighter, brighter, whatever you want to do to it, if you need to. But his eye looks getting weirder and weirder looking the way it looks. That's what right now is throwing it off, is the eye. it looks like he's cross-eyed or something. Or not cross-eyed, but something funky going on with that eye, but it's not. It's just Alright, let's go a little darker. I'm going to build in a little bit of just keep see where it goes with it. You'll know if it looks too dark. You just be like, oh, okay, back off. Darkest place, and if the lightest spot's going to be on the nose, well, the darkest places will be right under the nose there, and in this little corners in the eyes. Remember we said this had a shadow on it. I made that too dark. I hit it with a little bit of light right there before I forget. Well, let's just throw in some lights and see what happens. Bringing up the lights even lighter. Hit those key spots. I'll go darker. Lower my brush size a little bit. It's Photoshop, so you can fix anything. If you push it too far, then you can back off of it and fix it. Nothing's permanent here. The eyebrows are not going to be that color. I'm just kind of dumping it in there a little bit. Okay. blend a little bit. Kind of has a little bit of a shadow there because it's a little bit gaunt. Because, I mean, think about it. He's living out in the wastelands. He probably doesn't have a lot to eat. A little darker. Just really pop some of these darks. The darkest darks. Alright. Push a little bit more of the darks, and then I'm gonna pop the lights in there. Just a little bit darker. Darkest around the eyes a little bit. Under the nose. Under the lip. The chin here. Under the way up here under the and then this is dark in here, but like I said, it's another color. I'm just kind of putting this in here to okay. Now let's go ahead and pop these lights. Yeah, make this a little smaller. Hit this thing. Bam. Not everything has the brightest brights, but there's certain areas that really get the hit the. I don't know why you putting one there, but it just Hardy told me to do it, and ever since I did it, it looks good there, so I just do it. This is I'm changing the color of the lips once again, but just kind of putting the bright in there anyway. Alright. Pop a little bit of light on here, a little bit. The ear, just a little bit. That's too bright right there. I gotta dim that. Okay. Maybe a little tiny spot of light down here. And right here where it's hitting the chin, the side of the neck. Okay. Alright, now so alright, and then I'm gonna go just a little tiny bit more. I don't want to get too crazy with this light, because light tends to flatten your illustration. So you gotta be careful where you hit it with that. Alright, that's enough light. Now, time to do the eyes. Okay. Alright. Let's go here. Let's get these eyes. Oops. Look so closer. I see the. Needs a little bit of blending. I haven't done the hair yet either. That will darken it all up in there. See what I mean about technically won't even need the line drawing. You can see it, right? You see the face. You don't even need the line drawing. I could keep painting it to the point where I don't need a line drawing at all, but I'm gonna leave it in there, so I'm just gonna go ahead and work with it. Just kind of getting the smoothing the paint out a little bit. There you go, looks better. I could also take this line drawing and lower the opacity of it too. Oops, that's the paint. Sorry, I got this locked. Sometimes I kind of just erase the I erase it as I go. I have no idea what 5 was. I'll lock it. I don't know. That's the paint layer. All right. Oh, maybe this is a new eye layer I made just now. Maybe that's what it was. We'll go with that. I'll just pretend that's the eye layer. All right, so we don't want the paint getting on the... We don't want anything. We just want it in the eyes. Okay. So let's work on the eyes. So here's the crazy thing about eyes. And you might not realize this. The eye is only as light as the lightest spot on the skin. So we're going to go... I think the lightest spot in the skin would be right here. Right there. Okay, that's going to be the eye. It's right up there. I'm going to just tip it a little bit. The eye is not truly white. It's, like I said, it's only as white as the lightest spot in the of skin. Okay. You can see how sloppy my drawing is when you get close to it. It's funny. It looks good from the distance, but when you get close to it, you're like, ugh. Okay. The whites of the eyes are in. Now let's drop in those pupils. Okay. Everybody has eyelashes. Just don't get too crazy with them on a male character, a male identifying character. I have to use the new proper terminology. The male identifying character. Don't get too crazy with the eyelashes. Save that for female identifying characters. They're more likely to have the... Alright, so now, what color's eyes does I have? I mean, brown is the pretty common... I don't know how this thing gets turned off all the time. There you go. It probably sounds better. Actually, I don't have any audio going through the computer, but just me talking, so... Alright. Blue or green or brown? You always hear about steel blue. Steel blue eyes. Let's do steel blue eyes. Why not? Okay. Alright, I'm going to turn off this line layer for a minute. So we work on these eyes without the line layer under it. Alright, here's the way eyes work. Remember, the light's coming in from this side. Alright. So the lightest part of the eye is going to be here. Why? Because the light's hitting here. So the light will hit it right there. However, it will illuminate the eye down here because it goes through the eye. And then the iris of the eye. Okay. And then let's get this actually, I'm going to go ahead and paint through this and just put the light over top of it because it'll look weirder otherwise. Then the eye, remember I said it was not white, it's the color here. So I'm going to put a little bit darkening, and then we're going to, because it is rounded, we got to round it a little bit. It's the whitest spot's going to be in here. Just like the lightest spot of the iris, the lightest part of the eye is going to be there. So actually that would be the lightest spot of the eye there. Then we need to put a little bit of gray in here to darken it. It's like the shadow of the eye of the I don't know, without the line it looks weird. Kind of get the iris a little bit. I'll pop that white in there in a minute. Much too big. I get this little dark pop in there. Oh, that's another layer, that's why. Okay. Okay. Alright, so now I need to get a little bit darker on the edges of that eye. Get a bigger brush. Just kind of got to darken it in there a little bit. There's an edge right here under the eye. The shadowing of the eye. Alright. Alright, I'll pop that light in there. Simple. Sorry. I mean to sing in your ear. Okay. Pop the light. Okay. Bring the line back. View. Put on screen. From a distance, the eyes look pretty good. You get up close, they look a little weird, but let's fix it all. Alright, so now put those eyes merge those eyes down so that I can continue working on around that area with blending. Get those eyes good. Eyes are important. I gotta put the hair in, the eyebrows and stuff. The line, unlock the line. Start kind of doing something with this line a little bit. Blending it in, getting rid of it. In comics, comic book style, we leave the lines, but I trying to be more painterly than comic book style here with this. Although there's something to be said about Just trying to blend this a little bit. This is the pencil layer. It is separate from the paint layer. So I don't want to blend the paint yet with it. Eventually, but at the moment I still need it separate. I want it separated, so. See how much I can kind of blur it so it still gets the point across. But it's not. Really, the dark paint I should use the dark paint, which is what I'm gonna do. The darkest paint to replace those lines. I absolutely need a line. I'm using the dark paint. I gotta pop some darks in here. You're gonna see the difference in what's a dark look like and the darks that I had in the. Okay. I haven't done the lips yet either. Alright, I've got to figure out how I'm doing the hair exactly. I got a couple cheap brushy things that I could do the hair with. But that's just it, they're cheap brushy things. Get some kind of pinky red in there. So we can work on the lips. I got this color already. So we're gonna work with this color to start with. Yeah, it's too pink. Too pink. That's a better color. It's gonna get darker as it goes down, but for right now, it's a base color. The line, get rid of that line. The pink paint is gonna have to make the line. It's just the natural color of lips. They have more blood. That's all it is. It's just blood in the area. Not quite black, but really close to it. Kind of wiping it along there, so I don't want to. It needs to be there to make that edge, but at the same time, if you make it too noticeable, it's weird. It's got to be kind of subtle. Now there is a the light's coming in here, so the light's gonna be less light on this side of that lip. Remember, your lips curl under. They're not just two hard edges, they actually curl under. They curl under. Curl under, and they're kind of all right. And they're gonna have some highlights. The light really isn't hitting them. It's usually in here somewhere. Now here's a weird, I'm going to say the weird thing, but this is the guy, so tend to have drier lips. Okay. All right. So, lips and eyes done. What I need to do now is I need to go in with the hair in, and I need to put the red in. Red? What red? Well, let's do the red now. Since we're already still in the red category. We're going to literally put red in a nice big fuzzy brush. Even bigger. We're going to basically put... Oh, I'm on the wrong thing. I'm like, why is this not looking like it's supposed to? You want to put another layer and do it over that. That way, in case I need to. You guys get too crazy with it. Okay. So, red. The mouth, the nose. Tip of the nose, especially. Why red? Well, because red is blood. There's blood under our skin. Okay. And the red... Ears get red too. That's what I want. Now I want to blend it. It creates the being alive thing. All right, and then lost some of our light hitting things. Remember, not too much with that white because it'll literally flatten things out. Okay. All right. So now his ears can actually have a little more red. The ears are got a lot of blood in them. Do you ever see light shining through someone's ear? The ear's pretty red. Or seen somebody's ears get red from like embarrassment or something. Happens. Okay. Alright. All we need is the facial hair and the hair. I think the face painting is just, and eyebrows. Alright, so we're going to go with probably like black hair on this guy, or a dark brown. So, I'm going to go ahead and let's see what this layer looks like. I tone the red down. That's no red, that's with the red. It does look better, honestly. You got to admit. Let me see what happens if I change it to multiply. Oh, no, not that. Normal. multiply. I kind of like it at multiply. You think normal or multiply? I like the multiply. I like the way it blends. Oh, I know it needs a little bit more. In the neck. Your neck's got a lot of blood. But the neck also has getting hit by light. Alright, so now the hair. Okay. I'm going to put the hair... Oh, that's the sun. I keep forgetting what that is. I'll put the hair above the line. Or below it, I mean. I'm going to go with... There's no black. Well, I've seen black hair, but technically, you might get really down to the nitty gritty about it. It's actually super dark brown. But whatever. Alright, so we need to figure out a brush for this. I'm not gonna do it tonight because I'll stop after this. But we need to paint his costume. Clean the costume up and paint it next. Then I gotta come up with the bad guy yet. I haven't done that yet. And I need to make his ride next week. His ride is gonna be a dinosaur, I think, though. I'm just gonna be honest with you. He looks like a dude that rides a dinosaur. I saw a brush I wanted and I went past it and I don't know where it went. That's the problem with having so many dang brushes. You go past it, you can't find it again. Ever. There might be a way to do it. I have not figured out how to do it yet. Oh, this brush is going to work, but we can try it. It's not bad. There might be a way to, it's actually not bad at all, but going a little bit crazy, but, oops. It was working good for that side, but it needs to be adjusted for this other side. Well, let's see how it goes as long as I can with it. I'll fix all this. I'll have to paint on top of stuff, but whatever. And the brush has to go smaller in the other direction to be of any use for... I can do this side of the mustache with it. I can do this side of his face with it. I have to just change the brush to go the other direction to the other side of his face. I don't know. I guess this is like a grass brush or something, but it's working actually pretty good. Way better than I thought it would. I'll fix that. I gotta erase that spot there. Now I need to rotate this brush. So get out the brush tool. Brush settings. Flip the brush over that way. See if it worked. Can't see it. Needs to be bigger again. No. There we go. That's what I want, sort of. I'll probably have to give him a little bit of a haircut, but tune it to like that. Much too big though. I gotta admit I was gonna do this hair a different way, but this brush is doing a lot of the work for me, so I was gonna paint the hair in differently. And I shouldn't tell you that, because then you're like, well, how do you do it without the brush? Well, I might have to. I have to do it anyway, so. Okay. Now I gotta go straight up and down. Straight up and down. I don't know. Try it. Now let's go like that. Flip it. Oh, like that. I don't know. It's just kind of the anarchy of it. I just need that's all I need. Up here is crazy. Let's see here. There you go. Oops, wrong direction. Okay. We need a darker. Okay. That darker eyebrow's better. I don't know. I want the dark color. Why am I getting such a light color? Weird. I can't reverse what I wanted. Get less spacing. I made that much. They're kind of weird looking, didn't I? All right. Okay. What if I made the eraser into the hairbrush too? See what it did to it. I wonder what that would do. Where's that hairbrush at? I don't even know where it went now. Grass brush, hairbrush, whatever this thing is. I think it's grass, but it's working for hair. There it is. Not good. Looks like he cut a chunk out of his head. I made it smaller. That's what was bugging me right there. That was it. It was that weird puffy on the other side. That was bugging the crap out of me. Because this side you can see a little more of his head, so it would make sense. It was over here. That was really bothering me. There you go. That looks better. That looks much better. Okay. That'll work. Alright, so now as without hair. I should change the color of the hair. Image adjustments. Hue and saturation. Let's see what I do with this color. Makes it darker. That's weird. Green hair. Actually, that looks better. Colorize, uncolorize. I like uncolorized. Looks good. I like it. I like the darker better. Alright. So, he's got hair. He's got face painted. He's got lips painted. His eyes painted. We just need to do his jewelry and his goggles. I think I'll leave that for the costuming. I'm going to stop for tonight. So we'll save this file. Save. Alright. So line. There's no line. See that? Take the line off. It looks pretty good. I like without the line. That's what I wanted. I wanted it to look good without the line. And it does. That's what I was going for. However, I will take the line and just lower the opacity of it. Instead of getting rid of it. It's already low, but make it just real lightly. Perfect. I don't know what that is. Oh, that's the sun again. Light. Direction. Light direction. Line. The hair. He looks funny without the hair now. I can shave him. Hair. March down. Cool. It's working. Save. All right, guys. I'm gonna stop there, and maybe I'll do some more on tomorrow. Did I save it? Yeah, I did. Okay, cool.